Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's Maurice back again with another video. And today, as you can see on my screen, we will be talking about Angel slash Archangel. This pack was when did they announce this? Back on the 11th, so roughly about 5 days ago. They released this article on Angel. So I figured I'd just go ahead and chop it up with y'all to see what's going on with this hero pack, how I feel about it, and we'll go from there. So here's his alter ego side, Mr. Warren Worthington the Third, with the 3 recovery, 6 hand size, 12 hit points. I love seeing heroes with 12 hit points because that means that they're probably going to be almost game breaking because a lot of the heroes that are pretty strong in this game have 12 hit points. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to that. I just bought a hero pack. But let's go ahead and see what we got. So we got the mutant the mutant. Man, my mind is gone today. The mutant trait. We got regrowth. Action heal 1 damage from Warren Worthington the Third. Limit once per round. So we just got some healing abilities. We cool with that. So that actually helps with um that actually helps with the recovery pretty quickly. Especially with him having 12 hit points. If he gets to that danger zone, it's a little harder for him to get back up to full health. So this is a nice little addition for him, which I think is cool. Especially when he goes ham, or so it appears in on his hero side. But we'll get into that. But I like it, keeping it simple, just a regular heal. That he's probably going to pair nicely with something like crew quarters or even downtime. That'll push his recovery up to about 5, so he can heal roughly up to 6 whenever he rolls down, which is that's actually really good. So we got his first hero side, just regular old Angel, 212 stat line, aerial X Force. I'm loving that they're adding more aerial into the game. Angel of Life response after you play an aerial event, draw a card. This is super nice, especially with there being a ton of cards in the game that, or let me phrase that, the aerial cards in the game normally aren't that expensive. Like if you exclude something like Dive Bomb, I can't remember the one for Justice. That's a 3 cost one that removes quite a bit, but it's outside of that, aerial cards are normally like 1 cost. So it's nice that you have that opportunity to play multiple of them, especially if you're running something like uh, aggression with pitchback, where you pay the 1 cost, where you have to attack first, pay for pitchback, and then it adds another 4 damage to that attack. If you could play a couple of those in 1 turn, then you're drawing some cards off of that. So it's kind of nice. Well, I guess it's limit once per phase. That's tough, but I think that's still, I think that's still worth it, right? That helps with having Angel get through his deck a little faster on the hero side, because well, he's running a traditional hand size, so that allows him to be able to get through his deck a little faster, similarly to Captain Marvel, which is nice to have. So I like that a lot. I always love anything that allows you to draw a card, and it gives you that opportunity. If you have something on if you're playing an aspect that has aerial that can work on both the hero and the villain turn, you can get so much out of this. So I like that. Keeping it simple, straightforward. And then we got the Archangel side, which will be similarly to Ant Man or Wasp, where they have the card that can fold out. So this one, interestingly enough, folds out horizontally, which is kind of nice. Though it'll be a little weird trying to exhaust it on the table. Got this huge card, but I guess you're already accustomed to it, since you would have to exhaust Ant Man and Wasp in their giant form. But he's coming in with that Hulk thwarting with the 0-2-3 on the stat line. And what's interesting enough, he's got the I think this is the hazard icon, where it gives you an extra threat on the first step of the villain turn, which is interesting. So his ability, Angel of Death response after you play an aerial event, deal damage to an enemy equal to that event's printed cost. So it works across pretty much all of the different aspects. It still got that limit once per phase, which is, I mean, it's fine. But um, what's cool is that there will be those opportunities to play some card on both sides of the of the uh, hero and the villain phase. So I think that you will get some good damage out of this over the course of a game whenever you flip up to Archangel, because I can see this being like um similarly to Phoenix, where whenever you hit that unleash side, that's when you really want to start dealing out a ton of damage. So maybe in I guess maybe later on in the game it might be beneficial to flip up as Archangel, or if you just want to just get the just kill the enemy quickly, then you probably want to just flip instantly to Archangel and just start playing a ton of aerial events if you got them, because this is going to be crazy with dive bomb. I can already see the dive bomb hone technique coming into play here. And then if you got enough resources, you can attack and then play a pitch back. Like I can just see it getting out of hand with him. So I like that they are allowing this hero to live and die by aerial. I love that. I'm all for it. Then we got a 3 cost event, adaptive plumage or plumage is an aerial attack and thwart. All right. So we got a hero action. Oh, so you have to choose. Okay. So if you are Angel, remove 3 threat from a scheme and confuse an enemy. That's not bad for a 3 cost. There's roughly like um concussive blow, where it's a 3 cost event to be able to confuse the enemy. If you pay with a physical resource, then you're able to confuse. So this one gives you that automatically with no kicker, which is nice. Or if you're an Archangel form, then you can deal 4 damage to an enemy and stun it, which is crazy. And just as we saw, since it's an aerial event, you deal damage equal to that event's printed cost. So you're dealing 7 damage and stunning the enemy, which is crazy for three. For a 3 cost card, that's actually really good. Let's see, aerial agility. So we got the aerial defense card. When an enemy attacks, if you are in angel form, ignore each boost icon and each boost ability. Ooh, that's nice. That's actually a lot of value for 1 cost. Golly. Um, and on top of you being able to use this card, when you're Angel, you can draw a card after that. So that's really good. And then let's see, if you're Archangel, give your hero a tough status card and and retaliate 1 for this attack. So that's actually, you can play off of. I can see a really good protection deck with him actually. Um, with all of the different upgrades that they have in protection, along with the events that could pair up with this card. Like he can, ooh, yeah, he can be a problem, because uh whenever you're playing as Archangel, like you have that opportunity to play this card, which will deal the damage back to the villain on top of the retaliate. If you have electrostatic armor, which would give another retaliate. If you have Dauntless and you're above the or right at or above the 12 hit points, that's another retaliate. So yeah, I can see it, man. I'm kind of feeling that. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. We got natural flight. Let's see. 2 cost event. Aerial. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you are Angel, this threat ignores crisis and the patrol keyword. Yeah, it's essentially a for justice event. I think it's nice to have that kicker depending on um what form you're in. So in Angel, like this, knowing that you're playing on the Angel side allows you to be able to kind of maneuver around the board a little bit, and it looks like whenever you are in Archangel, you're just about that action. Either you're attacking or you're going to try to have a villain attacking you, right? So I'm like it that I like that duality that some of these X Men and X Force players are bringing to the table. I'm feeling it. So we got Razor Dive. So hero action deals 6 damage to an enemy. If you are Archangel, this attack gains Overkill and Pearson. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's essentially a 3 for 9. Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. That's wild. Overkill and Pearson, which is kind of nice, especially like looking back at um the Mutant Genesis campaign, like those. Oh my goodness, those Sentinels that would just come out and just be tough all the time. Like he would just smoke them. Yeah, that's all right there. And it would just be a regular 3 for 6 if you're Angel, but since it's area, you'd be able to draw a card off of it, so that's kind of nice. Assuming that this is the first aerial card played, right? That's not bad. Metamorphosis. Let's see. It's an aerial 2 cost event. Action, change form. Then, if you are on your alter ego side, draw a card. If you're angel at that point, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you're archangel, deal 3 damage. That's not bad because that at least if you're planning out your next turn, it gives you that opportunity to turn into another form to be able to take advantage of whatever form that you're in during the next turn, or even if it's during the villain phase. Because as you saw with Archangel, he had the 3 defense, right? So if you start off in Archangel, switch to Angel, and then play this card to go back to Archangel, you can do that if you want to take advantage of either of those, whichever one of those you want to take advantage of. But I like it. I like it. It's similar to some of the cards that you see Ant Man and Wasp have, where it allows you to be able to change form a little bit more often than usual, which I like. It's thematic. So we got Avian Anatomy resource card, wild resource, always nice. After you spend this card to pay for an aerial event, return that event to your hand after resolving its effects. Ooh. So he's just doubling down. I like that. I'm loving that. I'm so glad that they are really just diving deep on aerial cards. Like I would like for them to continue making cards center around these particular ones. Like I like to see some more condition and even tactics. We started to see the upgrade tactics from Cyclops. I like to see more of those, or even something that's skill based. Maybe there's going to be somebody that will specialize in skill. It could be Deadpool, whenever they announce him. But I think it's nice that they're really doubling down on aerial cards and really trying to make these keywords mean something in the game. Oh, I've been looking forward to that. So that's beautiful to see. So his, as expected, his signature ally card, Psylocke, 3 cost ally, which is 1/1 with 3 HP. Hero response after Psylocke attacks. If you are Angel, heal a damage from Psylocke. Ooh, okay. And if you're Archangel, ready your hero. Okay. So that's nice because you can come off of a villain turn where maybe you defended and she can attack for you and then flip you back up. That's kind of nice. Or just be like Tiger, where she's just out on the field all day until something crazy happens. That's kind of nice. I like it. The power of flight. Double the number of resources this card generates while paying for an area card. Let's go. Just just like his let's see. Yeah, just like this one. They're just doubling down on aerial. I like that they're making more power of cards. This makes me so happy. It just smooths out the decks of a lot of different people that struggle with resources heavily. And it makes people that are heavily heavy on the side of resources, it just makes them even better. But I mean, at that point, they probably don't need it. Looking at somebody like Captain Marvel or Black Panther, like they just have so many resources innately that they don't really need something like this. But it's nice to know that there is some um, there's some support for those that struggle with having resources that might need something like this. And it's even better, for my boy Iron Man. Easy money. I love it. And it's an energy for his repulsor blast. Let's go. All right, so we got Siren. Okay. 4 cost ally 2/2 3. All right. After Siren attacks, stun a minion. That's super nice because it don't even matter who she attacks. So that kind of that's super nice for heroes that may struggle with getting out damage and dealing with those pesky minions in those encounters that just looking at somebody like Zola or even the Sentinels Master Mode that just have a ton of minions that's just out there ruining your day. Like she's a nice counter to that. I like that. We got Warpath. 4 costs. Man, they really busting out the they really busting out the heavy ones in this one. Let's see, 2/2 with the 2 consequential on threat. 4, all right, toughness, okay. Hero response after Warpath defends against an attack. Play an event with the hero action ability from your hand. Paying this. Ooh, okay. I'd have to think on that one a little bit because I think that's interesting. I'll have to think more on that one because I think this allows you to play a free card during the villain's turn, so that maybe there's something you want to get into play before the villain finishes their turn. That's that's interesting. Hmm. I have to think more on that one. That 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 brings in some creativity, especially on the because maybe you're playing with Captain America, right? So you can defend with Warpath. Um, he will probably already have the toughness out, right? So you defend with him, and then that opens up a window for you to play something like Heroic Strike to stun the enemy if you're playing a multiplayer game. So that's one less activation that you have to deal with on top of the villain having to deal with 6 damage from you. That's actually hmm, I like some of the stuff that you can play off of this. It's kind of cool. All right, aerial intervention. When a character would take any amount of damage from an attack, exhaust an aerial character you control, prevent up to 3 of that damage. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Yeah, because she was aerial. Nice. He might have one of the better precons that we've seen in a long time. Because I really like the X-Men cycle, but good lord, those precons were atrocious. And so this one, it's looking like they at least it don't feel like he have a ton of protection cards that just got jumbled up with them. Like I feel like somebody deck built him with these newer cards, and I appreciate that a lot because it's something. Because I think the X Men cycle just struggled to uh, have a good experience right out of the box. Like you have to put in some work to really deck build and try to figure things out. And I think that this is more user friendly to the community, especially if somebody got into this game because of the X Men cycle. Man, they might have been in for a rude awakening because that was a tough box, and those heroes aren't the easiest to play. So, I hope that they continue doing this because it was similarly to Psylocke as well. It looked like her pre-constructed deck was deck built for her and not just to have these newer cards out, right? So I'm liking the direction that they're going with this. Cool card, I like it. Taunt. The villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against this attack. Draw 3 cards. That's beautiful. Oh, this is protections one way or another. I support it. Drax's gonna fall in love with this card, man. That's oh man, he gets so much value out of it, especially with it being a one cost. Or like if you got a tough on you, right, and you can play this card. That's beautiful. Man, they really brought out the stops for this guy. Containment strategy. Let's see, it's a 1 cost upgrade. Attached to a non-permanent side scheme, max one per side scheme. Fair enough. After a hero defends against an attack, remove one threat from attached scheme. Two threat instead of that hero took no damage. Ooh. Okay. I support that. Especially in those scenarios where the side schemes can kind of get out of control. This is one way for the protection player to help out, right? So it's similarly to um, the one card where you can defend, and if you take no damage, you exhaust it to remove some threat, harder to kill or something like that. Like I think this one is a way for you as a protection player to help out more around the table than to just defend. So I like the versatility that they're bringing into it. I support it. Team up, let's go. Always support team up cards. Let's see, Soaring Hearts 2 cost, Aerial Psionic, nice. Search your discard pile for an identity specific event, add it to your hand. Ready Angel and Psylocke, that's super nice. Super nice. So that gives you that opportunity to take advantage of her responses, which that can give him multiple activations, or she can just keep healing herself or just deal another damage, whatever the case may be. That's nice. Oh yes, and I'm glad they're still playing into the player side scheme, so I support that. It doesn't have a victory number, which is fine. When defeated, each player heals a total of 5 damage from among characters they control. Nice. That is nice. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm all for this, man. I think that they might have something on their hands with this one. I think that his design is all centered around Ariel, which is to be expected for him, flying around all the time. But I think they really did a good job with hyper focusing on Ariel, which means that, but it puts a lot of pressure on them, right? Like they have to, for this character to thrive and for him to be a relatively popular X-Men, for this to thrive, you have to consistently put out aerial cards as we go along. And we have a lot of heroes in this game that can go aerial. So I hope that they continue to dive in on aerial cards, keep making them across all the different aspects. So hopefully he doesn't get stuck in one aspect. That's one thing that you kind of hate to see as a theory crafter or deck builder. You don't want to see heroes just really get pigeonholed into one aspect if you can't help it. But sometimes, I mean, I'm a huge Thor fan, and aggression just works extremely well for his kit. And you really have to work to make the other aspects work for him. But for this one, I think with aerial cards having a very small cost curve more times than not, I think that it you can just deck build with him for days. So I think that's a um I think they've done a good job with him with focusing on aerial. It keeps him thematic. They have some amazing aerial cards that are coming out with him specifically, and I think that this pre-con deck has been made extremely well. So I'm excited to see to be able to get him on the table. He won't be out until September, just like Psylocke. So we got some time way out there to wait on this, but I'm excited for it. But let me know what y'all think about it. Do y'all think that this was a well designed hero? Do you have some reservations about the hero, or you're not a fan of any of his forms, any of the numbers that he have? Like, let me know what y'all think about it. I'm excited for it. I think that Archangel, well, Angel specifically, will be. I can see him leapfrogging on people's um, rankings list like quickly. Like when he comes out, he's going to be an instant favorite. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Once again, it's Maurice. Thank you for stopping by, and y'all have a wonderful day.